They say the bamboo bends so it will not break. It listens to the wind, yields to the storm, and waits for stillness to return. So too must we learn to bend with life. This is the story of a boy named Jinen, and how he came to understand that everything truly happens for a reason. Jinen was born in a quiet mountain village where mist rolled through the trees and time moved gently. While others dreamed of farming or trading, Jinen's heart was different. He wanted to heal, to ease pain, to understand suffering, to become a great healer of both body and soul. One day, he asked Master Daisho, the village monk, "Why do people suffer even when they try their best?" The old monk smiled and said, "The rain falls on all, Jinen. But not every seed blooms at once. Some storms come to clear the way." Jinen didn't yet understand, but the words stayed with him. At 18, Jinen set out on foot, determined to reach the capital city and study healing. With a bundle of herbs, a handful of coins, and a heart full of hope, he walked into the unknown. But fate had its own plans. In the dense forest, he was ambushed by thieves. They took everything, his money, his herbs, even his shoes. Wounded and alone, Jinen sat under a tree and wept. His dream felt shattered before it even began. Just before nightfall, help arrived. A gentle nun named Sister Ray found him, half conscious by the roadside. She brought him to a small temple in the hills and nursed him back to health. "This isn't the end," she said. "It's a detour, one your heart needed." Jinen stayed at the temple and helped heal travelers. He learned to grind herbs, treat wounds, and most of all, to listen. Sister Ray showed him that real healing isn't just skill, it's compassion. Eventually, Jinen reached the capital, but the great university he dreamed of had burned down just days earlier. His path was gone. He sat on the temple steps in silence. An old monk nearby said, "Not all doors lead forward. Some keep you from falling." So Jinen stayed, not as a scholar, but as a healer of the poor. In alleys and forgotten districts, he tended to the sick and hungry. He had no title, but he had purpose. And soon, word of his kindness began to spread. Years later, a letter arrived. Master Daisho had passed away. Jinen returned to his village, not as a boy with dreams, but as a man of quiet wisdom. Beside the temple, he planted a grove of bamboo. Each morning, he sat beneath it in silence. When asked why, he would say, "Because bamboo bends with the wind. It survives by yielding. That's how we should live too." In his final years, Jinen never once spoke of regret. He said, "Had I not been robbed, I would never have found my path. Had the city not burned, I would never have served the poor. And had I not fallen, I would never have learned to rise." When Jinen passed, villagers planted new bamboo beside the old. Sister Ray, now gray with age, stood beneath them and whispered, "He thought he failed, but he became a light." And so the wind passes through the bamboo once more, softly reminding us what feels like the end may be the beginning. Every loss may be a redirection, and every moment happens for a reason.